You've likely heard Einstein's definition of insanity. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, and perhaps even over again, and expecting a different result. Now, how many of you sat around a boardroom table or in a meeting room complaining about your team or your organization and their inability to actually do things differently, come up with a creative idea or a different approach? Well, I'm here to say to you today that those leaders who are great are able to understand root cause. They're able to understand what's at core of why people continue to do the same thing day after day and don't drive a different activity, potentially resulting in a beneficial outcome. Those great leaders who understand root cause and understand what it takes to actually look within and under the covers within an organization are those individuals who are able to facilitate and enable change. So the big question is, are you an agent of change or are you an agent of the status quo? If you're an agent of change, then you know the importance of being able to identify those core areas where problems exist and where solutions are quite apparent, but you haven't taken the opportunity to be able to sit down with individuals to map out what needs to happen from a change perspective. Now, if you're able to do that, then you can actually embark on the process of change within your organization. And that's super critical to be able to identify those 2 to 3 key areas, whether it's within a team or an organization, that require significant change. You rally the team, you get individuals with different mindsets, key stakeholders together in one room, and you focus them in on those necessary steps in order to drive change. You implement a change management plan and you focus and you drive from a process perspective to ensure that it's implemented. You monitor your progress over time and you identify those key short-term wins that help you to achieve the result of change. And ultimately, when you are in that position where you are actually affecting change and you're driving a different result, celebrate those successes. Now, more than ever, what's also important, and I learned this at my AT&T days, is the critical nature of actually having a risk management or risk mitigation plan in place as well as part of your change management process. At AT&T, they were great at being able to identify the what-if scenarios. And I encourage you to do the same as you're embarking on your change management process and you're identifying the what-ifs. Implement a crisis management and a risk mitigation strategy. I'm Gregory Wade. You're watching The Defender.